Just Ethan, health-wise, how are you feeling, and how long on the spring, did it take you to where you were kind of full speed?
I feel really good, cleared, completely healthy, collarbones 100%, no restrictions, no more shoulder sully for the old surgery last year. So I'm pretty much 100% ready to go for the fall.
Ben?
Ethan, I guess there's plenty of veterans and college experience in the room to help you and for you to lean on. What's it been like learning from McCollin and Jacob, and kind of what's been their message for you?
Both of those guys are like extremely great leaders. I've definitely learned a lot from them. Just learned how to leave young habits for young kids and learn how to grow into that role that I have to grow into in order to be ready to play this fall.
Ethan, when you got here coming off the shoulder surgery last fall, and in the spring game you get hurt again, were you initially worried that kind of a little bit that it happened again, or did you think it would be sort of a few weeks and you'd be good again?
I kind of knew, I already knew that I was going to bounce back from it. I mean, this is not my first injury. I've done the rehab. I've gotten the surgery. I've already done it before, so I already knew that as long as I took the steps that I needed to take in order to get back 100%, then I would come back perfectly fine.
How did that impact your time between spring and camp, where you maybe you couldn't work out as much as maybe you would want to with the shoulder?
I mean, it didn't really it affected a little bit, but it was so much time. It happened so early, so I really still had my whole summer. By the time summer came around, I was already ready to go because we got that break after the spring game. So by the time summer came around, I was already ready to ease my way back into lifts and start running more. So it all kind of just, the timing was good. It was an unfortunate event, but everything played out perfectly.
Well, Adam and Casey and Paige.
When you would watch Tennessee games over the past season or so and see how they would utilize the tight end, Princeton and Jacob, sort of in different ways, how would you react to watching that, how they were using the tight end, thinking forward to when you would be here?
I just saw the diversity of how they used the tight end. There were so many different positions, you know what I mean? Princeton, from throwing the ball to getting a sweep, you know what I mean, and then catching the ball. And then Jacob, you know what I mean, just being a great blocker, catching the ball, finding great space. Just already knew coming in that they were going to use me the way that they wanted to use me and the way I wanted to use me. So it was just a good, both sides understood what kind of player I was and how to use me.
Casey?
What is it about your ability at tight end that makes you feel you can fit into the position inside this offense specifically so well?
I'd say definitely my route running ability, playing receiver in high school, and then just being able to have Coach Abe's teach me how to block, you know what I mean, how to really understand inside the box. So I just feel like I have the tools to be able to work out in space and learn from what I already know, and then having Abe's being able to teach me everything that I need to learn inside the box and how to block, good position, good technique, and things like that.
Paige?
How beneficial has it been for you to have a guy like Jacob Warren to learn after?
Jacob, I've known Jacob since junior year, when I committed. So just being able to know Jacob, you don't want to, you want to be Jacob Warren, you know what I mean? You want your son to be Jacob Warren. And so I really look up to Jacob as a big brother, and I'm really proud of him. He's a great role model. I really look up to him.
Ethan, one of the most talked about plays from the spring game was your catch on the sideline with Nico's rollout. Take us through that call and how that all developed and how you look back on that play.
So we got the play, and then I ran the route. And so when I was running, I seen Nico start scrambling, and then Nico just pointed up. And I already knew, I trust Nico, trust everything he does, trust everything he knows. So once he pointed up, I just turned upfield because it was scramble drills. So I just turned upfield, threw it to me, had to make the play, made the play.
Is that a normal thing you see from Nico?
Yeah. He's a high level quarterback.
Sure. And Rob?
Ethan, you talked earlier about your role. What role do you envision having this season as a freshman?
Honestly, just however the coaches want to use me. You know what I mean? Wherever they put me on the field and make the play, I'm going to go make the play. As long as they trust me, then I trust them.
And when you committed and signed, you were going to end up playing for Alex Golish. What's it been like now working with Coach Ablin and that transition and getting to know him on a better level, I guess?
The transition was really easy. You know what I mean? Just Abe's is a great guy. Great guy, But what makes him even better is he's a great coach, and he knows how to teach, and he knows his players and how they understand how to learn and things like that. He just knows how to learn his players and know how to coach. So that's what made it really easy.
Rob, and we'll finish with Patrick.
Ethan, you talked a little bit about Nico, but I'm sure you guys got to know each other during the recruiting process, being committed for so long. But how appealing was that when you see, the top quarterbacks in the class jump on board? What's it been like, working with him? You guys are in the offense together.
I mean, Nico's my guy. Like, for like, I've known Nico a good amount. Like, we met during our 7-on-7 out in California, and I'm from there. Like, we've always kept contact, kept communication. And then when he committed, obviously, I was definitely excited because we got the quarterback that we wanted. And I already knew that we were going to make plays together, and we were going to already have that connection and that team chemistry together to go out there and do what we know both of us can do.
Patrick? You're coming out summer, where you at weight-wise now?
235. So.
Did you do much blocking in high school? Has that been maybe your biggest adjustment even going back to the spring? And how do you feel like you've come along in that area?
Well, in high school, like, we did do a lot of like screens, you know what I mean, like bubble screens, and I was outside blocking. So, but it's definitely different, you know what I mean, in the box on the line blocking a 300-pound D lineman rather than a 175-pound linebacker, you know what I mean. But it just comes with me gaining weight, you know what I mean, and me getting stronger and knowing the techniques. And so it's been a really good adjustment, you know what I mean, just being able to bang up, you know what I mean, in the box, you know what I mean, and see how it is inside of there.
Thanks, Ethan.
Thank you.
Good. All right.